How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different because today I'm going to be showing you how to fix something. Now, knowing how to fix something is pretty important because whenever you buy electronics like these, if it's out of warranty and you cannot return it or anything, being able to fix something really saves you on a lot of money. I'm able to just take it apart and then fix it, and then I go, oh, okay, it's not actually broken, so I can actually keep it myself, or I can take it and just sell it to somebody. Needless to say, having this skill saves you a ton of money, because if you're not throwing this thing away and you just simply repair it, sometimes it's a very simple repair, then you're not spending more money on buying this thing brand new. I have to say, majority of the time whenever something is broken, all I have to do is just take it out, fidget with a little bit, move some parts around, maybe something got stuck, or maybe the battery terminals are not good. I just kind of replace the battery, or like I take it apart a little bit, move it around, and suddenly it works again. So today, I have this Keurig coffee machine, and we all know Keurig, well, I'm not gonna go buy the coffee pods because it's like close to maybe 75 cents a pod. I have some of these that I was given along with the coffee machine that I'm gonna use to test with this. Now, the first thing you would do with anything broken is, well, check the battery terminals, turn it on and off, see exactly what's wrong with it first. Now, sometimes it might be a computer chip problem, and I'm not sure if I can actually fix this, but what I can do is I can just kind of take this apart and kind of look inside, see if there's anything loose. That's the easiest thing to do. And from there on, I can, try to debug it beyond that. For people that do not know electronics too well, you can still take things apart. Just make sure it's not plugged in. Just take it apart, see if there's anything wrong internally or whatnot. Just take a brief look at it. Perhaps move things back to the way they were, and perhaps you'll be able to fix it. So without talking some more, let me try and fix this machine here. I have no idea what's wrong with it. If I turn it on, it says not ready, add water. Okay, fine. I'll add some water. Okay. I did not start a brew yet, but it seems like maybe it's just trying to get some water hot so that it's ready to go. I'm not sure. That's an interesting feature of this thing, because if you have it plugged in, it essentially means it's always going to have some reservoir of water that's always hot. Now, if it needs to keep water hot all the time, we know that it's gonna lose heat, so then that means it has to reboil the water once in a while, which means that it's gonna have a standby power associated with this thing. As long as you plug this thing in, it's gonna be drawing energy. Now, if I press the brew and it's not brewing, maybe it's the button. Brew. Yep, it's not going at it. Now, this could either mean the button, or maybe it could mean the pump inside is broken, because we know that, motors, generally they break easily. So, okay, it is true that something is wrong here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and just check out what's wrong inside. Because sometimes when I open it, later on I find out, oh, I didn't really have to open it in order to fix it. So be a little bit hesitant before you open something to try and fix it. Not like, oh, it's broken, oh, I'm gonna automatically open it up and check it out. Okay, I think I have to open this up after all, so I'm gonna turn this thing off. The best thing to do is I don't even want to just turn off the power switch. I always unplug it and make sure I see the end of the plug before I go and try to open things up. Well, one thing's for sure, they don't make this very easily serviceable. Okay, I know I'm tearing it up pretty badly, but actually, after I open it one time, then I probably would know how to open other ones without damaging it as badly. Okay, so there were two screws over here that prevents this cover thing from going down. In order to access these two screws, of course you have to take off this little cover thing. However, this little cover thing is connected to this, which I have not quite figured out how to remove just yet. I think this is plastic actually, but then it kind of looks like glass because there's all these electrodes that's sticking through it, and I assume it's very hot water that's gonna be inside there. Apparently, this is the control panel, some sort of power thing. Okay, so I got everything all laid out nice and clean here. There's a switch here that senses the water level. I've hijacked it. I put a little magnet there, so it thinks there's water. There is water, but I can't get it right against there to make that switch work. So apparently I thought the green grounding wires were just for safety, but then it really needed it to carry current. So I have to put this wire back. This is this red alligator clip right here to right here. I added yet another wire from here to here because I cut that one too stupidly. Panel turns on, it says not ready, add water. Where did my magnet go? Magnet here. The water's boiling. I don't know if you can tell, but it's bubbling a little bit over here. All this stuff here, there's all these loops, which I don't quite understand. I think the purpose of some of them is to take out the air bubbles. Be very careful with the AC. This is the AC cord over here. That's 110 volts, so don't touch it. But I have touched it slightly before with one hand, and it's not pleasant. Okay, I see what's happening here. Look, it's pumping the water, but water is not actually being pushed. I think the pump is broken actually. So now I'm going to load it with one of these new chai latte things. Okay, load it, press ready to brew. No, I don't need to press ready to brew. I'm just going to use this and start pushing hot water through here. Well, not the most ideal because a bunch of water over here got filled up. This chai tea latte thing, it's just maybe like a mixture because it has creamer or whatnot in it, and it's just pushing it through this little pod. It's just like a mix. So I'm gonna give this a try. I think it's just gonna be like, you know, if you crack this open and put some hot water in it, it's gonna be the same thing. You don't really need to brew anything. There's no tea in it. It's sweet, tastes like chai tea. But the thing is, the hot water runs through this device here, this hot water boiler. And this thing is made out of plastic. There's a whole bunch of silicone tube in it. There's a piece of plastic here, so it touches a lot of plastic basically. And I mean, I'm sure it's heat resistant, but it also makes me a little uncomfortable as well because it's not glass. So what is wrong with this thing? Okay, this pump, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See, right now here's an instance of where it's not working. When I turn it on, 8 volts, before it was working, it was pumping just fine. Now it won't. But I had it set to ready to brewing because I thought maybe there would be some switches in there that allows the water. I don't see any switches along the way. As long as this thing is pumping, hot water is gonna go out. But I've gotten the electronics to say it's brewing, and now that I'm turning on it, I see that it's not pumping. So this is the indicator I really wanted. So let me reverse it just for fun. Okay, I'm gonna make it go forward again. Okay, so this is really great because this really proves that it's this pump that's not working. So now I can go in there and take it apart and see what's going on. So this thing looks like it's a fin. So this guy is being waterproofed. If I go like this, it will spin. This guy over here, there's like a little bit of grommet over here. This thing just spins on top of that freely. It spins it because there's a magnet over here. Seems to be turning just fine. Okay, so I'm not quite able to fix this. The pump actually does work. It seems like there's a blockage somewhere between the pump and, I don't know, the bottom of this water heater thing or something. There's a blockage somewhere. So even though the pump is appearing to work well, it cannot push the water through. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It might be this little check valve here. It might be stuck in the checked state, so then if it's that, then it means when it's stuck, when it happens to be stuck, then it cannot push water through. It's just a great learning experience just to fiddle with things, just to see things work. You can take it apart as deep down as you want to. Once I find out what's wrong with this thing, I'll update on my Facebook page or something, and I'll also update in the video description of what actually was wrong with this thing after I find out later. I hope this video was interesting for you guys, especially in the process of how to open all this stuff up. You just need, you know, a screwdriver and you just start taking it apart. You don't need to know how things work. You just kind of fiddle with it. Just make sure that it's not plugged in while you're doing all this. So that's it for the video today. I think it's slightly successful because I'm at least able to brew 1 cup of something. Even though this thing decided to never brew something again, I still forced it to be able to brew something for me. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if this video kind of encourages you to take some of your stuff apart. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget I have an Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook. I have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.